Hi, fellow humicorns. It's me, Rylan, and it's October 30th, 2017 at 2:14 p.m. It's Monday. So I just wanted to make an update because I haven't for a couple weeks because I've been very busy with the show that I'm in. So basically, I've been in rehearsals for 2 weeks. Today marks week 3 of Anton Chekhov's The Seagull, which is a play that was written in 1895, but it is so fucking relevant today. It's brilliant, it's funny, it's dark, it's tragic, it's like all of the above. And basically, I have a really big part in it. A really, really big part. Like maybe the biggest. I hate saying that because that just sounds like such an asshole thing to say. But he's the protagonist, and yes, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. So rehearsals have been hi. First I would like to start out that this is my dream role, and I never thought I would be able to play this part in my entire life. So the fact that I'm able to do this is like literally a gift from God. This is also a really big deal because I've never had a lead in anything in my entire life, especially on stage. Like, I've had, like, bigger parts, like in, like, I'm thinking of one thing that I did in particular, a web series, but, like, nothing on stage, and, like, stage is what I want to do. Like, I want to focus on theater and work towards Broadway someday. So, like, the fact that this happened is, like, really exciting to me. But basically, rehearsal, I don't want to say it's been a mess for me, but it's been a struggle. But I had some revelations last night that I'm hoping will take effect, and I will, like, actually do, instead of just, like, writing a blog post about it and making a 25-minute, I think it's actually 27, a 27-minute video to myself, like, discussing what's been going on. So basically, here's what's been going on. Super big part. Fucking A, man. Like, Act 1, it's a 4-act play. So this is like a beast. So the first act, I'm in 4 of 7 scenes. And first of all, the first scene that I'm in, I have, like, huge monologues that are very different and, like, have completely different intentions and moods, and subjects. So that's something. And I've been having a really hard time being specific in what I'm doing and how I'm trying to, like, affect the other person. And, like, what point I'm trying to get across in all of these different monologues. So so, like, yesterday I had a 2-hour one-on-one rehearsal with my director. And then the woman that plays my mom got brought in for the final 2 hours so we could get a head start on a really big, important scene in the play. It's a really important scene. It's just like shit goes down. Like, it happens in the 3rd act, and, like, it's just, yeah, it's very emotional. But basically, Yeah, my first entrance on stage are like two scenes like directly back to back, and then there's like a small scene in between, like literally a page and a half, and then I'm back on stage again, and then I leave for maybe like 3 pages, and then I'm back on stage again. So it's like, yeah, there's anger, there's vulnerability and sadness, there's self-pity. I push someone, like, it's all over the place. So, like, getting that down has been really difficult. And the other scene that I've done outside of Act 2 is, again, very vulnerable because, I mean, essentially, he has, like, 5 lines, and one of which is, like, a little monologue, but he, like, comes to his love interest and, like, tells her that he's gonna kill himself. So that's, lighthearted stuff. No big deal. No personal connection to that at all. So basically, I've said it like 10 times because I keep trying to like say what the main point is. These past 2 weeks, I have been telling myself that I'm not good enough and I am not deserving of this part, and like I'm like letting my director down, and I'm just not reaching my potential of what I can do with this role. Because the reason that I'm so drawn to this play and the reason that it's a dream role is because of how much this character's name is Constantine, how much we have in common. So many mental health characteristics are like the same. Like it's uncanny. And the relationship that like he has with his mother, which is like a really big part of the show. Yeah, it's just kind of like looking into a mirror and saying someone else's words and interacting with other people and stuff like that. So it's been really difficult because I haven't been like listening to my scene partners, and I've just been like kind of on autopilot and not really doing what you need to do as an actor. The main thing as an actor is you need to like listen to people that you're playing with and then like receive and react to that. That's literally all acting is. Like at a base level, fucking listen. Be in the moment and like just be there. And like that has been lacking, which is frustrating because like when I was in training at my acting conservatory, like I was good at that. You know what I mean? I mean, that's like a huge struggle for anyone, and like that's like what you want to do as an actor, but I was certainly more astute at doing that when I was in training. But my friend pointed out, like, you're out of practice, because it has been like a year since I left training, and during that training it was a year and a half of 5 days a week in classes and then like rehearsals for scenes. So it was usually 6 times a week that I was like rehearsing, but sometimes it was 7 days a week. So like I was constantly, what I'm trying to say is I was constantly working on multiple scenes and working on my craft, and it's been a while. And then to be like, have this responsibility of basically like carrying a show is a lot. So I have a lot of work to do is what I realized last night. And the main thing is to stop telling myself that I'm not good enough, because that's fucking bullshit. It's not true. It's a lie. It's not fair to myself to be putting myself down and saying all the horrible things that I've said about myself. Not only to myself, but like I've said these negative things to other people. So it's just like not good. So I am making a conscious decision to try to close that chapter of the book and say, okay, that's your first 2 weeks of rehearsal, and I'm calling it the perceived failure stage, because the fact of the matter is I have 12 days until we start doing tech, which, like, for those of you who don't know, is like when you're like just like running the show straight through with lights and shit, and it's like showtime. And then like you open a couple days after tech. So I have 12 days to like figure this out, and I still have 2 more scenes to memorize, and they're pretty important fucking big scenes. Like, one of them has a lot of lines. So many lines. So I have like work to not only do on like continuing to like memorize those scenes, but I also have to like fucking solidify my lines for the other scenes that like I've worked on. Like, I know my lines, but like I need to know them more. They need to be like fully part of me. Like, if you ask me right now, I could easily rattle off one of my monologues by rote, which is just basically like with no inflection or acting choices. But like when it comes to like being in the moment and like being in the scene with another person, and especially when it's like really active, like in the first scene where I'm literally like jumping on chairs and this is really cute. Where I'm like literally just like jumping on chairs and jumping down and like running around, and he has all this energy. Like, I need to know my lines well enough that like none of that will take away from my ability to be listening to the other person, because I can't in any way be focused on my lines. That's just like not acceptable. That's just like, I'm better than that. So yeah. So I went to bed at 6:30 in the morning, probably closer to 7. And like I said, it's now 2:26. I literally woke up an hour ago and have been procrastinating in my bed because I know how much work I have to like do today. Cause like I have to solidify a scene that I have to do tomorrow that I like need to know 100%, like no question about it, because if I don't know it, like it's gonna be a wasted rehearsal. There's no room for like questioning lines. So that's really important. I need to focus on that, and then like start working on the other scenes that I need to have memorized for. Is it this Sunday? I think it's this upcoming Sunday. Because I have to run 2 separate scenes on Sunday. And then, like, on Tuesday, we run that act. That's Act 4. And I'm basically on stage the entire act. And I have a lot of rehearsals this week. I think I have, like, four separate rehearsals. So that's what's been going on. That's kind of why I've been MIA. Yeah. Stress. I'm not going to try and fix it. I just don't care. I look like a mess. So yeah, I have a lot of work to do, but I'm hoping, I don't know, that I can pull this off and just like create something in these next 12 days that I was holding myself back from. So there we have it. And it won't be recorded, so I won't be able to share it with you guys, which is really sad because this performance means so much to me that I want to fucking like look back at it and I want to put it on my demo reel, but whatever. So yes, that's what's going on. Now I have to go. Like I've spent an hour like wasting my life on fucking Facebook. So it's time to do the work that I signed up to do. So yeah, until next time, have a good day.